In the heart of a vast, silent forest, where the snow lay like a thick, white blanket over everything, lived an old man and his loyal dog. Every morning, the world outside their window was a canvas of pure white. The trees draped in heavy shawls of snow, their branches reaching out like frosted arms. For the old man, this wasn't a place of isolation, but a world of quiet inspiration. His companion, a scruffy dog with eyes full of warmth and wisdom, was always by his side, a silent partner in all his endeavors. Their days were measured not by clocks, but by the rising and setting of the sun and the simple rhythmic tasks that filled their lives. They would venture out together, the old man's boots and the dog's paws leaving the first tracks in the fresh powder. The forest was their larder, their playground, and their muse. They knew its secrets, the hidden paths, the way the light filtered through the dense canopy, and the quiet language of its inhabitants. One particularly bright morning, after a heavy snowfall had reshaped the world overnight, an idea sparked in the old man's mind. He turned to his dog, who was dozing by the crackling fire, and said, "Today, we're going to make something." He had a vision, a memory from a long time ago, of a creature that embodied the raw, untamed spirit of the forest itself, a mighty wild boar. The old man would pat his head and thank him, sometimes even finding a use for the small offering. The old man started packing snow around the framework of branches. This was a delicate process. The snow had to be just right, not too powdery and not too wet. He built up the boar's powerful shoulders, its thick neck, and its tapering snout. He used a small wooden shovel to add large amounts of snow, and then smaller trowels, and even his own fingers to refine the details. Slowly, painstakingly, the formless white mound was transformed. A creature of snow and wood began to emerge, looking as if it might charge off into the forest at any moment. Came the part that would truly bring the boar to life: the color. He carried them back out to the snow-covered clearing, where his sculpture waited. The contrast was striking, the vibrant colors against the pure white of the snow. He began to paint. He used deep browns and blacks for the boar's coarse coat, dabbing and stroking the paint onto the packed snow. He mixed a lighter tan for the underbelly and the area around the snout. He used a fine brush to add a glint of fierce intelligence to the eyes, a touch of dark pigment that gave the creature a soul. For the tusks, he used a creamy off-white, shaping them to curve menacingly from the boar's lower jaw. It was a source of shared pride and joy. The sculpture changed with the weather. A fresh dusting of snow would soften its edges, and a day of sunshine would make its colors gleam even brighter. run and drip down its sides, creating new abstract patterns on the snow below. The powerful tusks drooped, and the proud arch of its back began to slump. The old man and his dog watched the slow, graceful decay without sadness. They understood the nature of things. The sculpture was never meant to be permanent. It was a fleeting expression of a moment, a celebration of winter that was always destined to return to the earth. The melting boar became a changing work of art, a watercolor painting that shifted with each passing hour, its colors bleeding back into the white canvas of the forest floor. It was a gentle lesson in impermanence, a reminder that beauty is often most poignant when it is temporary. Finally, all that remained of the mighty wild boar was a colorful stain on the snow and the gnarled branches that had once formed its skeleton. The snow was almost gone, revealing patches of green moss and the dark, rich soil beneath. The forest was transforming, ready for a new season of life. The old man felt a deep sense of contentment. He hadn't lost anything. He had gained a memory, a story to carry with him. And he knew, as he looked at the quiet, waiting forest, that when winter returned, there would be new snow, new ideas, and new masterpieces to create, all with his faithful companion right by his side. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this quiet story from the woods, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more adventures.